So, welcome back to another Realm of the Mad God video. This is a continuation of the last one that I just recorded. Well, I recorded it like 30 minutes ago, and I thought I was recording the past 30 minutes, but I clicked the pause button on the recording at some point. So it paused, but I'm back on my night, of course. And for those of you who don't really know, or haven't seen the last video, you probably haven't, this probably just came across your feed, or you have because you watch everything I make, and if you are one of those people, thank you. Ooh, a skull shrine spawned. But yes, I realized that I was not recording the last 30 minutes when I tapped back to say I'll teleport to the avatar in about a minute or two. And then I realized that my recording timer was not going up, so we love that. But yeah, I just duoed a nest. It was not fun. I'd done a couple Keyper, or one Keyper, I think, since I started the recording. I got nothing from it. Skull shrine on this person. We're gonna teleport away from the avatar because I'm cool like that. Ooh, and a Lotto just spawned. My goals today: get a Shield of Ogmer. I would very much love a Shield of Ogmer. Don't really care about Crystal. And I'm on my night, which means I can, you know, run around on my night through Godlands and tank things that I can't tank on other classes. I know this is something I mentioned in the last 30 minutes, but when I'm playing on night, like, I run around, well, I can't run through right now because I got put in combat by that construct. But I just run through, I don't give a care in the world because I'm fine, I have 100 heal. And then I try doing this on Wizard, and I find myself nexusing a lot. Okay, I'm maybe a little less fine now, but see? Just heal through it because I have 100 heal and I didn't get put in combat. I know what puts me in combat. It's Medusa bombs, constructs, and some lucky gods. So, there's the Lotto call. Ooh, a Bezos here. I need to relock them. One of my favorite raiders in the Fungal server. Very reliable trickster and night player. Remember when I was in ARL, I ruined my runs a lot. That was a long time ago, almost 2 years. Yeah, if you're paying close attention, you'll notice that I'm down 1 Ichor from the last video. I had 4, now I have 3. I used it while I was duoing the nest. It was not fun. I am not going to duo another nest. And Keyper towers are up. Very nice. No, I'm not going to say that because I did get a Whiz Potion. And it's on Food for the Ether. Don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to say Ether. But yeah, I've run through Godlands like that on a night. That's the lowest I've gotten doing that in a while. That's also the most gods I've run through in a while. Because I have 80 defense, I have a combat trigger of 48, and I get 90 health a second from my pet as long as I'm not in combat. So I can be reckless. What's the best color for night? This. Link Knight with a large vine cloth and a red accessory die. Melon Gang. You can see? Melon Cult. That's why you always see me rocking these dyes, because I am Melon Gang. Well, on my Wizard I'm not, because I got some dyes on it that I just used. I think it looks pretty nice. But I don't play my Wizard too much anymore. Here's the Keyper. Please give me an Ogmer. I'm not going to get an Ogmer. I hope I get an Ogmer, but I'm not going to get an Ogmer. Also, I think I said this last video, but I've already gotten a Cedar from the Keyper, which was extremely fortunate, and I don't think I'm going to get anything else. Like, this Keyper event has already been more successful than most. Well, look, a Godwall. Let's just run into it and press spacebar. I love the shield. It's my second favorite item in the game, after Fungal Spell. Death Shrooms, my beloved. Wow, look, he's running to the god wall. Let's run after him! Oh, I got slowed. I'm used to being slowed and blinded in a god wall because of slime gods and beholders. Should probably dodge the slows to catch up to him. Like, I tried doing stuff like that on a wizard, forgetting that I'm not on a knight and I cannot run through godlands like I am on a knight. Yep, there's a 0. Nest. Please. I think people are going to go into this nest. And the last video was processed in HD version. Hello, Abazio. Okay. I'll be fine doing this nest. I don't like the nest. First off, it's just not a pleasant dungeon to look at. Like the flashbang, the bright is fine for me, the flashbang. I use Discord Light Theme. Why do you use Discord Light Theme? All of you are already screaming at me if you don't use that. I started using it to piss people off. I keep using it because I'm used to it and it still pisses people off and it's hilarious. So the flashbang doesn't bother me. It's just not fun to look at. Even not being blinded like most people are. I know in the 30 minutes I was recording that I wasn't, that was paused. I talked about this, but the fungal is so visually stimulating. Crystal not so much, and that is an issue I have with the crystal. I compare crystal to fungal a lot, and in my opinion, fungal is just better. A lot of people agree with me, even people who don't like the dungeon. Like, there's always that one exaltation dungeon that you just really like, and that one you really don't like. For me, it is fungal is the one I really like, and then nest / halls I really don't like. I would rather do halls than nests, don't get me wrong. But honestly, it's really like, for most people actually, it's either you like halls and you don't like fungals, or you like fungals and you don't like halls. That's the general vibe I get from a lot of people. Oh, I really like Lost Halls, but I do not like the fungal. In my case, I love fungal. I do not like Lost Halls. Like, it's okay, it's just not fun for me to do. My tier 6 shield back. But yeah, I compare fungals and crystals a lot, and what I'm getting at is a lot of people who are with the I really like halls but not fungals think that the fungal is a better dungeon than the crystal. So, is that confirmation bias? That is absolutely confirmation bias, but I have not talked to someone yet who prefers crystal to fungal. Maybe there are some people who do, I've just never heard someone say that. Again, confirmation bias? Absolutely. Because I could very well be forgetting somebody who has said they prefer the crystal. I feel like it's unfinished content that seems like it was rushed to get out to fulfill the second half of the Fungal Cavern. Because when they released the Fungal, they promised a 2-part dungeon. 2-part endgame dungeon. Fungal Cavern into Crystal Cavern. They released the Fungal, and then they released the Crystal Cavern later. I'm guessing that they just released the Crystal Cavern to satisfy us and give us the second half they promised. Although I would have been happier if they worked on the Crystal Cavern more. It might be the end product that they wanted, but I don't like it. A lot of people feel like it was rushed. The enemy variety is a lot simpler. It's more reliant on debuffs than the Fungal is, which is something I love about the Fungal. There is little to no reliance on debuffs for difficulty. Well, there's a little. It's not like there's no reliance. Oh, an Exaltation Banner. That's a rare sight. Oh, is my inventory full? My inventory is full. Means it's one less nest I'll need to do. Yay. Mad God Shard. And I'll head back into the realm for the next Keyper. I think that was the first Keyper. For a Dwarf Miner! Maybe I'll do the Fungal. Yeah, 6 ancients. No, I'll wait for the Keyper. Actually, it depends on the mods. If it has good mods, I'll do the fungal. I'll need to drop potions, but... yeah, the fungal is visually pleasing to look at. It has a very nice enemy and room variety. It is not debuff reliant. It's just fun for me. The Crystal Cavern has much less of an enemy variety. Either it's most of them are just hyper aggressive and it's just shot spam. Well, with the fungal, it's like a lot of them are either stationary or somewhat aggressive, but I think you understand what I mean. Like, the charges they charge you, the bats they charge you. It's a lot of aggressive enemies, I'd say. And then things that just don't really move, like boomers will charge once and they're stationary. That's something cool, I like that. Crabs are stationary, Shreks are somewhat stationary. There's a Hermit God up. We'll see what the mods are to see if I do the fungal or the Herm. It'll have to be really good mods for me to do the fungal, though, because I'm also going to stay for the Keyper. If it wasn't a Keyper event, I would absolutely go do the fungal. And then Crystal Cavern has far less room variety. For the most part, it's just like big circle rooms in general, or shapes that vary slightly from circles. I'm thinking the rooms with the walls in them here. No mods, I'm not doing that fungal. It's just so much simpler. And then visually, sure, it is nice, but it's just so much plainer than the fungal. The fungal has so much variety with the Mountain Dew, the trees, the different mushrooms that are just set pieces on the map. And the crystal is normally just a plain room with sometimes spikes in it. It's a little bit of a letdown after the fungal. And then the boss fight, like, again, I feel like the Crystal Cavern, they could have done it better. How could they have done it better? I'm not entirely certain. I don't know what I think. I haven't really thought of it. I've just been whining about it. Saying I think the Crystal is unfinished content that was rushed to get out without giving any ideas of how I would improve it to make it feel more refined. I changed the texture of the rooms for sure. I'd like to change up the room variety. Like, I can name a few types of crystal rooms. It has the chicken nugget room, the peanut room. Also, it has... you get stupid maps with stupid amounts of chicken nuggets. The way they generate just works into each other really well. It's quite frustrating. Especially when you get maps with like 4 nugget rooms on main path out of 5. It's horrendous. I'm gonna pop a no drop here, not because I need it, but because I want the inventory space. It has small circle rooms, it has big circle rooms, it has peanut rooms, and then it has the walled rooms. Like even Pac-Man rooms, those are just a variety of small circle or big circle. And you get to the fungal, you have small circle rooms, big circle rooms, small chicken nugget rooms, big chicken nugget rooms, banana rooms. You have the stick rooms, you have the U rooms, you have the figure 8 rooms. There's so many more different types of rooms. And then you've got a bunch Mountain Dew and Environmental Hazard. It just slows you down a bunch. It also makes the dungeon just nicer to look at. I love it. It's fantastic. Second Keeper might be dead. Maybe all of the liches are dead. If we kill this end and it doesn't spawn Keeper Towers, I'm next to scene. And also, the fungal only has two types of enemies that can really scary and stuff up. Like big greens can, but they don't really before half health. And once they get to half health, you're already aware of them, and they also flash before they jump. Yellow trains are pretty bullshit, the way they can jump completely off screen. I'm next to scene. That is bullshit, I will say that. You can jump fully off your screen just to insta-pop you. It's so stupid. Same with spiders, although to a lesser degree, because the insta-pop isn't as severe. Or the DPS isn't as high for a spider. or damage per instant, rather, as it is for a yellow train. Let's see, Trickster. So yes, the fungal is not all sunshine and roses, and I know that. Probably the thing that's been... if you've been trying to find flaws with the fungal, probably something big that you've been thinking of is the yellow train insta-pop. And I agree with you. The yellow train insta-pop, it's awful. Let's see, where is the warrior that I'm maxing? Ooh, this warrior's gonna be 8-8 now. Time for him to go die in the shatters. Yes, Triforce. I think I'm funny. Sometimes I'm funny. The other video is still processing the HD version, so I will take it down and then just republish it. And we're hopping back on the night now. I'm not going to drink the rest of the potions now. I'll drink them eventually, not now though. And I need 4k more points before I just start collecting them. Let's go into Hydra, see what's going on here. 28 rem, there's a Sentry of Pentract. I will go re-upload that video. And then I'll be right back. But yes, the fungal does have issues. Okay, no, it's not made for kids. Next. Oh yeah, it needs to check for copyrights. And set to public. Publish. Shouldn't have an issue with copyrights. I just use my voice in the in-game music that... I'm pretty sure the in-game music is in public domain. Or something like that. I don't think it'll be an issue that I have it in the video. It hasn't been in the past ones, and it probably shouldn't be, especially because the publisher, the artist, created it for the game to be put publicly. I don't know the legality about it, but I do not think I'm in the wrong for using it. That is what I will say. Obviously, if it's an issue, I will take steps to take care of it, and if I use the music like anywhere else, like I won't use the music anywhere else, I only make Realm videos. Well, sometimes I play other games, but in those cases I just use the sounds of those games. But say I were to do something where I use the music from Realm and something that is not Realm, I would of course make sure to credit the artist with it. For most of them it's Wangaline, although there's somebody new who's been making more of the newer ones. I'm actually not so knowledgeable about. I'll need to look into that. But the current one, I think it's either called like Passage or Voyage. It's by Wangaline for the Realms. Maybe Passage. Journey. That's definitely what it is. I know the Nexus music is called Fountains, for instance. I don't know what the Vault or Pet Yard music's called, but I know that's by Wangaline. Ooh, more no drops. Let's see, 14 end ancients. This will be a slog. It's like, say I do a project for a school or something where I'm using music from Realm. I would make sure I credit the artist properly. Like, I wouldn't use Realm music in a project for school. Well, I don't edit stuff. You know this. Well, if you're watching my channel for the first time, you might not know this, but I do not edit stuff. My style of video is like a live stream. Because I just start playing, turn on the end game sound, start recording, then just blab over it. It is very much like a live stream. I don't do any editing. I never had the patience to learn. I tried to learn. I did not have the patience to learn. So I do not edit. The last video was uploaded, and that is the wrong file. Delete forever. Oops. Egg on these people. I'll go do this egg. Oh, I'll TP to Avatar and get my soul bound on that, and then I'll leech for the... while I upload the video. Another mill drop. Just pop that because fuck you, Beholder. I try not to curse too much, just in general, but my content isn't directed towards kids, so I don't need to worry about it. I mean, like, if I mark this content as for kids on YouTube, then I would need to worry about it because there's a reason that exists, but my content is not for kids. A kid being under 13, I believe? Either under 12 years old or 13 years old. That's not who my content is directed towards. Directed towards people like probably 16 and up, I'd say. Yeah, I think 16 to play Realm, or maybe 13 with parental consent. I'm not entirely sure what the terms of service say, but definitely not under 13. Okay, let's make sure I put the right file in now. Yeah, that would explain why it took 10 seconds to upload. It was a 2-minute one instead of an hour. Okay, now I need to tell YouTube, no, it's not made for kids. Like, I occasionally curse. It's not... I used to curse a lot more, but as I've gotten older, it's less reason to. Like, it just makes it... People say if you curse a lot, it generally comes off as making you less intelligent. I disagree with that. I don't think it makes you... Well, people are going to judge you more the more you curse, but what I do, it's, I used to curse a lot, don't get me wrong, like, a lot. I'm 19 now, by the way. This was when I was in high school, like, I curse a lot, but just feel like the more I use it, the less meaningful it is, in a way. Sort of like overusing. Like, so many people use it, I want to make sure that I just don't use that language when it's not necessary. Like, really, it's never necessary to use it, but sometimes it's the best word to use, or the first one that comes to mind that's a sufficient word to use. I've also been working to try to not exactly expand my vocabulary, but utilize it more to its fullest potential to pick the correct word for whatever I want to say. Just to enhance my message more. Like, sometimes it doesn't sound like it, but it's not to try to sound... Well, it is partly to sound more intelligent. But also because sometimes to me it sounds like consistent repetition takes away from the message. Again, that's part of the reason I don't curse as much. And... yes, it does make me sound more intelligent. That's a part of it. Although I definitely do not sound more intelligent when I'm just talking to the internet. It's more of a way to get myself to think more and just be able to understand the language better in a way. Not really. Just more of a challenge to try to stop using just the same terms over and over. Like, there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you want to do, because it still gets the message across. But sometimes the message isn't as potent if it's a phrase that you hear over and over again. And this connectivity issue definitely comes back to the fact that I am uploading a recording. No biff here. Unfortunate. How long has this recording been so far? 25 minutes? I'll probably record for about another half hour. I like to keep my recordings or videos around an hour. They're really just recordings. I just mentioned that before I went on a tangent about cursing and trying to expand my vocab. Or not expand, utilize my vocabulary. And also partly expand, because of course finding the pristine word will come having knowledge of more words to use. But again, it is a double-edged sword trying to do that, because if the reason is to sound intelligent and you pick the wrong word, you sound like an idiot. Then sometimes it's just better to keep it in plain and simple language, so there's not a misunderstanding. Especially, of course, if you would have chosen the wrong word. I like to keep my videos about an hour. I feel like that's a pretty decent length. It gives me some time just to play around, talk. It doesn't seem too long. Like if you watch them all, it's not too long. If you do watch all of them and you do think it's too long and want me to cut it down a little more, I will. Like I have no issue with it. It'll increase my upload frequency and my game froze. My game just crashed. Lovely, I'll be reloading my game. But if you do watch all of my videos, thank you so much for your continued support, and let me know if you'd like me to cut down the length of them a little if you think an hour is too long. I'm probably not going to go over more than an hour, like if I'm going to record multiple in one sitting. I'm going to, like I am now. I've recorded the last one. I started recording. I was recording for about 2 minutes, I realized, before I paused it. And did my VPN disconnect? It might have. It did not. Okay, good. Because I can't get into the game on my school Wi-Fi without a VPN. Now we wait. If I permaload, I'm going to be sad. There we go. Oh, I can also do the daily ROTMG. Yeah, I'm a day behind on the calendar. Void quest. I do not believe I have void marks right now. Let's see. Nope. Oh, hey, I can drop that in there, drop that in there. Drop this in there, now get back into a realm. Okay. We're gonna go into Chimera. There's a dwarf miner here. I'm gonna do the daily ROTMG and then I'll tab back in. That could be helpful, but it's not. It should be helpful. Nope, lol. I feel like it'll drop from Sanctuary. Yeah, I think I know what it is. Nope. Oh, duh, I'm an idiot. I'm a real big idiot for that one. Yikes. It does drop in Sanctuary, though, which should be useful. And it's a red bag, which is pain. It's gotta have some white in it because it's definitely not the mace because it's already been the mace. Also, my opening is a terrible item to open with. I'm just gonna start with that. I start with Fungal Spell. Should not start with an ability, and if you do, it should be a... If you do start with an ability, it should be from a... What is it? Dungeon like Oryx's Sanctuary with a lot of items in it. So it's gonna be a tier 7 ability. I know that much. Maybe the Scepter? Nope. Ah. Really hate when it's an ability. Okay, time to do the Dwarf Miner. Also, let's check up on the video. Processing. We're abandoning this realm. I am not doing a Rock Dragon and a Nest. No thank you. That was a Chimera. Let's see what's in Sprite, because I don't want to wait in a queue. Are you fucking kidding me? I know I said I don't curse much, but that's upsetting. I should have been waiting in one of these queues. Can I get in both of them at the same time? I cannot. Okay, we'll wait here. Shop. See if there's any free packs for me to get. I don't think there would be, but wouldn't it be silly if there were? Yeah, there's not. So what we'll do is we'll just look at the stats on my knight. Yeah, I need a lot of dungeons. I should probably work on getting some of them, but I don't really care about that right now. Hey, we got in! There we go. And there's a nest. I am not... and a rock dragon. But there's a lot of people in this realm, so it's not so bad, and I am not going to participate in either. Actually, no, I will participate in both of them because I need the campaign points. Rock dragon's almost at half health. No, it's past that. That was nice. Now we'll go into the log. We're just doing the black dragon because I want the katana. And I know some of you are probably saying, I might have said this in the last video. I can't remember if it was in the last one or in the one where I wasn't actually recording. But I know some of you are probably thinking, but Triforce, if you really want the katana, shouldn't you be doing this dragon last? If I want, well, yes, because the drop rate is higher. I still do not know how to rotate with this face. If I'm trying to do it in the least amount of odds, then yes. I don't know how much higher the drop rate is, but I know that the last dragon you fight has a higher drop rate than the original drop rate. Just a quirky thing about the dungeon. I do not know how high it is, how much higher it is. But if I do that, I need to do the other 3 dragons, and I would rather not do the other 3 dragons as well. I'd rather take the lower drop rate and just do the one I want and then leave. Because after I got Midnight Star, I'm doing this for my white bag checkoff list if you didn't know. After I got Midnight Star, I only needed the Celestial Blade. I got nothing. Lovely. Wow, look, just in time to TP for the nest. Like, yes, you would be right that it would be more dungeon efficient to do Black Dragon last, but I need to do the other dragons to do that. And until I actually know the statistics of drop rate of first last, I'm going to continue doing the first one. Because it's more enjoyable for me. There goes the blue butterfly. It's also the one I want to do last because, you know, well, you don't know, but don't know why I said that. It's the one I want to do last because it's the only quiver I haven't gotten into. As I just mentioned with the lot, I'm working on my white bag checkoff list. I've done that in a few of my other videos, so if you've watched some of my other videos, you already know that. But it's more of a passive grind now than an active one like it was in those videos. Right now my active focus is on the Keyper, in hopes of getting a Shield of Ogmar. I very much would love to get an Ogmar. Just waiting for the red butterfly to come back, lol. I'm guessing that's an Oasis shot. We'll go into the nest to see how many people are in it. I'm doing it. Let's see, how am I doing on my... 15 out of 20. That's not bad. I need 30 more. But I mentioned this in my first one. I'm not a slave to exalts, like a lot of people are. What I mean by that is play the game to exalt characters. Play the game to really enjoy it, and I know some people find a lot of joy in exalting, but a lot of people are just sort of complain about, like, ugh, I've got to do this many more of this dungeon. I just do what I like doing. I need, like, if you look at this, I need cults. I can't do shatters yet. I love the shatters, but I just can't do it yet. I'm trying to learn it. I need cults and nests on my knight. If you look at this, if you look at paladin, I need halls, voids, and cults. Excuse me, just got something stuck in my throat. My paladin has looked like that for about a year. More than a year, actually. Because when Exaltations were first released, I completed Shadows within 3 days, which was painful. But also I got my first 2 crowns then. I wouldn't even say I was a slave to Exalts then, because they were just released. It was more like I was slaving away at the ROTMG event. But yes, in Pub Hall's event section, the day Exalts were released, I sat down and led 60 old Shadows straight. No idea how I did that. I do have nowhere near the patience or willpower to do that again. And I don't even want to do that again. So I exalted Paladin in attack then. I exalted Paladin in dexterity during that nest event. This is a dead end. I should have known it was a dead end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Once we got to that bot room, should have known. Hey, I'm chaining. I feel like they'd say that in pub chat unless they want me specifically if they're looking at sets. They're probably looking at sets for the good ones. Like me, obviously. 3/4 or 3 set and then an eye ring. This is a good set. I don't like the nest. But I'll do another one. Especially because this person specifically asked me to stay. For one that they're going to pop. When starting the boss, it is pretty much always better to use a tiered shield, in my opinion, because it's a longer stun, and it's shorter invulnerability phases, or it's mobile, like in that phase. Or not shorter invulnerability phases, shorter times to stun it, so you can't chain stun it like we're in a Screech movie. I should back out so I'm not silent, so I can stun it in the next phase. Right there, see? I missed that stun. Damn it. But a Screech stuns for 2 seconds per hit, which is 6 seconds total. I need to wait for it to... That was the wrong phase to try to stun it. That's a 3 second stun there. A Screech would have only been 2. Because of how little time it's invulnerable or stunnable for. But yeah, I exalted Wiz and Vid and Paladin in January. You're probably thinking, why didn't you do it in ROTMG? Because I was kind of getting a little bit burnt out of the game and just didn't want to I did a bunch of fungals, but also I Nexus to died from a bunch of fungals too. No, that was the point where I started getting a lot better at the game, Wombat 2020. Yeah. So I finished Exalting in the Orcsmiths event for fungals. Oh, it was school. That was why the fungal event was during the school week. That was why. So I finished Exalted that over winter break. And during the Orcsmiths event. And then I Exalted, I think I finished Exalting 03's that event too. So Paladin has been like that for Exalts for a very long time, and I did some hauls, like, as you can see, I have done some hauls on Paladin. Like, I'm 3 out of 5 in those, but I just don't like it. Like, if I liked it, if I really cared about exalting a character, I would have had Paladin exalted a very long time ago. I might have said that too early. They might not have been in here. Like, I don't particularly enjoy hauls. It's okay, it's not bad. I'd just rather be doing fungals. We'll be chaining another one. That's so nice. Yeah, it looks like... Well, they probably didn't just DM all good sets. Probably just people who are waiting and they just popped. I don't know. Not sure why they DM'd instead of just saying in the pub chat. Huh. No, I'm not sure. Oh, they might have thought that some people might have the... That was a little scary. Their pub chat muted for lower stars. This isn't going to be main. It's going to be that right. At least I think it is. I might be wrong. I don't do nests. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has one more room after this. This is not going to be main. That's going to dead end. See? They're coming back down. Like, I sometimes occasionally do hauls when I feel like it, but normally I don't feel like doing hauls. Most of the time when I want to do hauls, it's a solo cult, which I do on Wizard. That's the reason that Wizards are actually almost fully exalted in speed, and I've done very few of those runs in Discords. I'm an avid Discord user. Well, not so much. I'm either running in the fungal Discord or I'm realm clearing. That's what I do in this game. Most of the time, but yes, I am a head event organizer in the pub hall server, which means you might be thinking, yeah, but you just said you don't like halls. You're right, I don't. I am not staff for the halls section of that Discord. I applied for the event section. I got promoted to be a head of the event section, and I care about the server for the event section, not the actual halls, because I don't like halls. The event section is doing really well. I'm really happy with the progress we've made there. Although I will say, not a lot of it was my doing. It was mostly due to Supercast. When he was promoted, he put us all to shame with his level of activity, and continues to do so. But it's not like I'm inactive, he's just far more active. I was inactive for a while, and then I realized that I went on leave, and it was like, just, hey, can I go on leave because I've been losing contact with the server. Then I went on leave, and then I came off leave, and I've been a lot more active because I don't know why, but it just worked, and I've been more active since I came back. Simple way of putting it. So... And then I'm a head raid leader and head event master in the fungal server. That's the server I care most about. I love fungals, and I'm not going to go talk about why I love fungals again. And then I'm an officer in the Dungeoneer server, which used to be... I'm also a Orcs raid leader there, but I'm going to step down from that after the event. I'm just going to give myself... No, I'm not even going to give myself Orcs raid leader for the... I will if the bot requires me to, but... I applied their last event during Orgsmith because I thought, you know, I'd actually lead O3s, and then there was 1 week that I couldn't meet quota. I asked, hey, can I go on leave from RL because I won't meet quota? They said, you're an officer, you don't need to. And I was like, okay, huh? What? Said I should need to because I'm an RL, and they're like, we'll put up a vote in HRL chat. So I was like, okay, put me on leave if I need to meet quota. And they never put me on leave, so then after that I haven't met quota since then. Definitely missed the keepers, but that's fine. This person's graciously popping keys. A lot, though. So yeah, I have not been staying as a qualified Orcs raid leader. I've kept the role. I'm going to be stepping down from it after the upcoming event. Like, I lead safe O3s for what you could expect from an open room event. Well, it's not like I lead them safely, but I have callouts that are substantial for an open room event is how I'd rather put it. The reason I haven't been demoted is because I'm an officer and I don't need to be quoted. I won't be joining those keys. I'm going to be ending the recording pretty soon. It's at 45 minutes. This might be tea room. It is. So that's where I stand. That's my stance on Discord servers. I'm active in Discord servers. I am pro server for the game because obviously, but I do recognize some of the faults that they have. Being the attitude of elitism, as well as somewhat inaccessibility, although at least the servers that I'm staffing, we strive to be accessible, but I digress. Okay, I can perma-stun it now. So that's that. And I got nothing. Of course I got nothing, so I was nothing. Don't need the behemoth armor. I'll be dropping it when I head back to my vault, honestly. I do not like doing nests. Entering the raids, 5 rooms to boss. So it's gonna go up into boss. Yeah. I just want to get back into the realm and back to doing keepers. I say this a lot, but I just don't like nests. The debuff spam is really what kills me here. It's just not fun. Like, every shot debuffs in some form. Pretty much. And if it doesn't debuff, it means it's probably either an AoE bomb or it's armor piercing. Okay, blue phase, so I'm gonna stay away so I don't get silenced, so I'm able to stun next phase. If it were a small group, I'd be pushing it, I'd forego the stun, but... Oh, nope, it's red phase. Cannot stun it yet. Still need to push it a little more. There we go, now we can stun it. Like, every time I get hit here, I'm getting debuff. If I get hit in the fungal boss, there is one type of shot that'll debuff you. And it is the purple shots from when segments explode, they quiet. I wish they silenced instead of quieted, but they're easy enough to dodge as long as you're watching out for them. Get a little bit of lag here. Oops. Really hope I don't disconnect. I'd hate to get this far into a nest and then just DC because, like, I don't want to do more nests. I was lucky that I got a banner earlier, so it's one less nest that I need to do. To exalt, that is. But, like... yeah, once I exalt them... oh, there's another one. Once I exalt, I'm not going to do nests anymore. I'm doing them now because there's an event. And because I need to exalt them. I really don't... probably wouldn't be doing these if I was already exalted. I'm gonna be completely honest about that. Let's see what the Keyper is. I'm so sorry to boss, but I do not want to do more nests. Yep, missed the Keyper. Well, I can finish off the sentry. Head back to my vault, and then I'll probably do another round, maybe one more Keyper. Maybe I'll do a fungal from that, from the Keyper in the next round I go into. Have I done a fungal today? Well, I have done a fungal today, just not recorded. I don't know what round that was. I think it was the one at the top. Shards will go there. And let's check Chimera. Avatar up. Catalyze is here. Hello, Catalyze. Look, 3/4 of our sets match. I don't have a gemstone because I can't do shatters. Well, I can do first, and I can do second up through. Seller time is someone that I duo to shatters, but up until second finale, where I nexus, which is right what I was saying. I could do second up until finale. If it's ice finale, I have a 100% success rate in ice finale, but also I've only seen it once. And I leeched it. I will be honest. I was on a warrior, yeah, so I was leeching, of course I was. Like, if people say it's not melee friendly, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna push on a melee. Especially because I was our only warrior, ended up dying in one of the early floor plans at King, but... But yes, I have a 100% success rate with Ice Finale, which is a small sample bias, because it is one attempt. I have a extremely low, or an extremely low actually, success rate with the Fire Finale. It's probably successful 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5, probably 1 out of 5 times. Because I've only gone past it 4 times. Probably done like 25 attempts. That seems a little high. Huh. Maybe 1 out of 3 or 4. That seems more realistic. Yeah. Yeah, like 15 attempts seems more realistic than 20 does. I haven't been keeping track, I'll be honest. I'm just guessing. I know it's not something I can check because I've nexused out of a lot of them instead of dying. I'm gonna do this Keyper. I'm gonna do a fungal if there is one. If not, I'm gonna do the HTT from the court. And then I'm gonna end the recording. Great mods, guys. I don't think those are great mods. Could just be me speaking, but I'm pretty sure those mods weren't that great. Ooh, a sentry. TP to sentry, I'll let those people deal with the ends. I like the sentry fight. Don't really like halls too much, and solo clearing can be fun on a wizard with a fungal spell, but the sentry's fun. Don't really even want... Well, a Bloody Cloak will be nice, I can use it in my forge, but I don't play Rogue, and even then Bloody Cloak isn't fantastic. I'll head down to the Scent now. Or if we find a machine, I will do the machine, then end the video. But considering people are asking about Godlands, pretty sure we're not gonna get one. I don't know, it might just be me speaking here. I think I might hear my roommate out talking in the hallway, so I might end the video abruptly. And if I need to, thank you all so much for watching. Ooh, Magic Woods, and then best of luck to you. Again, if there's anything you want to see in the videos, I won't be... Editing is off the table for me, so please don't suggest that I edit them. Live streaming? Not gonna do because sometimes things come up. I've had a few videos that I've had to abort and not upload because something came up, and I cannot stick to a consistent schedule for that, nor would I want to, even though it is sort of a live stream style. Like, I feel like YouTube is a better platform for what I do, because it's just for entertainment. It is like a live stream where it's just recording gameplay and blabbing over it, but it's also always there, and because it's inconsistent, I think that makes it less suitable for a live stream, because it's not like, oh no, I missed it. Like, not a lot of people watch my videos, I know that. Like my last one, not the one that's still processing for some reason, but the one before that got 9 views. If you're watching this, you were probably one of those 9, so thank you. But it makes it abundantly clear, like, my production value is not high. Like, I said it myself, it's just me talking over the audio. Ooh, Magic Woods. Like, audio was balanced decently to my ear. nothing is... Well, I don't have a good mic. I'm just using my headset mic, which is quiet until I'm able to get something better. And I'm just using OBS. Not editing at all. Like, it's a low production quality. It's just showing you my gameplay with me talking. A decent mic, I hope it's comprehensible. Sometimes it's static, people tell me. If it is static, that would be unfortunate. But then you can't even tell what I'm saying. So... end here. Okay, I know I have low production value. I'm not planning on making a career out of YouTube, nor do I want to, even if I put in the position to be able to. Like, I need to learn how to edit to do that. I need to be more consistent with my uploading. Just need to make a higher quality video overall. I've said this before, I'll say it again, I'm not making videos to try to become popular, I'm making it, doing it. I think it's kind of fun just to get my thoughts out there, and if people want to hear it, they can. Like, I'm just another Realm player, avid Realm player, and I have experience as a staff member in servers, but not really different than other staff members in my opinion. The only thing that's really separating me from them in terms of YouTube is that I make videos, and some of them are much larger content creators than I am. Like, that's the reality, I'm a small content creator, I don't really care. If I cared, I'd actually try to publicize my content. I just put it public on YouTube, and if people see it, great. But I don't plan to change my content at all. Just start the recording and just start blabbing. That's how it's always been. That's how I always plan it to be, and I got nothing. Okay. As promised, I will do this fungal, and then I will dip. Depends on the 3D mods. Mystery skin, nah. Key fairy, nah. Fungus. We're going fungus. Ooh, and I get to talk about why I love the fungus. Okay, one split from main path. Makes it pretty easy to tell. See, there's the spider. Pretty easy to tell. There's probably going to be another one. They normally spawn in pairs. See, there's a blue train. See how I'm not getting debuffed? Those line shots will slow, but the spider, it's a lot of damage output, but it's not crazy. Like, through the roof instant, like a yellow train is. Like, you see this type of room, this is a stick room. Actually, that's a big nugget. Like, that jump that a yellow train has, that is one of the worst things, one of the worst features of the game, just that insta-pop from off your screen. Like, you have the boot room here. That's something I forgot to say when I was talking about rooms. I don't know if it was this one or the one that I wasn't recording during, but yes, boot room is one of the types in both dungeons. There's another spider, likely gonna have another one, but it's just so much enemy variety. Okay, this is main path. I figured it would be because there's not really enough space on that down. And that's such a distinct pattern with the clappers. You can learn to avoid it. Next clappers I find I won't stun, and I'll just show you the pattern. 2 yellow trains. Like, that jump, that is BS. Is this 3 yellow trains? I think I saw shots from another one. I'll be ready for a third. Okay, no, I'm crazy. I could get the stack of the small greens. This won't be main path, it's going to be that right split. That's something else I like about Fungal, the way you map read it, the way you clear it. It's different than Halls, it's not a bunch of set rules that you learn. There's a shortcut room, that's another type of room I forgot to mention. Because I was listing off the top of my head. You see all these mushrooms that are part of set pieces, the Mountain Dew, the movement, it's so nice. It's a really fun dungeon to look at. This is just some 2 rooms. Now these are some of the only enemies that debuff, with the armor break / pierce of the big red, and then the silence from these balls of the big blue. Blue balls. And then there's the silence from the crystals as well. It used to be quiet, silence is a much better change. Like, this room, it looks very nice. I love the detail here with the minecarts, with those rails. I like the loop rails, although it's not functional. There's funguses on the ground, fungi, mushrooms. And Crystal Cavern. I'll run around Crystal Cavern to show it. I won't do the boss because I don't want to, but like these green ones, these will jump. The yellow trains jump. It's telegraphed, which is very nice. It didn't used to be telegraphed. It used to be a lot worse. But it doesn't help if they start jumping off your screen. That is an inexcusable feature in the fungal, in my opinion. The insta-kill potential that a yellow train has from off your screen. It's not so bad when you can see it, like you see it flashes red so you know back up, but when it's off your screen you can't see it. I want to check something. Legends. All time. Okay, he's not on there anymore. One of the current VRLs and security members in Fungal by the IGN of Nihao is... He had a 200k base warrior that was on the all-time Legends for a while that died exactly to that. He was leading a Fungal, the yellow train was off his screen, he didn't see it, it jumped and insta-killed him. These small reds, these stun, another one of the few debuffs in the dungeon, then these quiet shots from the big purple. Oh, the small purples are actually something. This is something I like about big purples when I'm on a night. I just sit there. This dungeon's so fun to look at, so fun to do. You've got a nice enemy variety. Like, a bunch of the small monsters, like small greens, small blues, they're the same, pretty much. Small reds are slightly different because they stun. Small yellows are different because they retreat. Small browns are completely different. But small greens and blues are the same. For all intents and purposes, they just deal different amounts of damage. That's it. That there's the Mountain Dew that makes it... It has authenticity, in my opinion. There's a yellow train. Like, you can see how much that jumped, even getting caught on the walls a couple times. It's too much. Maybe I won't stun for a little, just to showcase some of the enemies. Like the bats. They're not too dangerous. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more rooms till drill. This is the main path. Yep, it'll be 5 and then it'll go down into 6 and then left into drill. 6 rooms between boss and... or drill and spawn in the fungal. Like those horizontal shots from the small red, those stun. They also deal a lot of damage at 160. Oops, I accidentally stunned there. There's 75%. This is going to be an underclear. Because this is the room before drill. Like the green wizards jump, they don't deal too much damage. I'll showcase it. And there's not even a split before drill. Big yellows. These kind of can be not fun, especially on a melee. And then it's a different shot pattern at half. It's a different enemy behavior. It's great. Okay, we're going to have to go back and take that left. Probably going to have to take that right too, to be honest. Pop my speed tincture. Okay, and then it's like a new enemy with the big purple at half health. You can also rotate with it. Just micro rotations. Bats are really a danger afterwards with these things that they leave behind. I wasn't able to run over them. Yikes. Well, they're small browns. They can't be stunned, they can't be paralyzed. That's how you deal with the other enemies. Stun and paralyzed. Up realm closed. And there's 100%. I'm going to wait for the Orc Sag to go before I go into Crystal Worm Mother, and I will be intentionally messing up its aggro unless I get good crack segments. Like a small blue. Let's see. Yeah, it does the same amount of damage. They just shoot faster but less shots per shotgun. And the big blue, you can see how it just berserks at half. That's one of the least creative ones in the dungeon. Yep, you can see... Oh, there's a yellow train. Those teardrops are always indicative of a train. Just something we teach ARLs. When you see those teardrops, you know there's a train. Did I kill all the small greens? I did. They don't have a lot of health. The green wizards, I mean. Like, you see those white teardrops? Those will only be shot from a train. Red, blue, or yellow. Really hoping I get to find more clappers. Also, oh, I fully cleared this map, almost. I'm not going to go back and take that down split. I'll just activate drill, and then I'll get the orc slag while drill's running. My roommate just poked his head and dropped some stuff off, so he might be coming back, and if I abruptly end the recording, that's why. Yeah, this is just a fun dungeon to look at. You can see the different room varieties. Like, there's one type of room with the sick room. Or actually, that's a big nugget. There's the minions that failed me. Oh, here are clappers. Perfect. Like, they clap, and then you can just run through the shots. Ooh, these bomber mushrooms. No. You can die. Like, they go out, you can just run through the shots. Make sure you don't run over it, though, because that's a lot of damage. Ooh, this will be nice. Yep, there's the orc slag. Okay. Clap, just run up through it. Okay, I'll kill them now. I'll try to rotate with this big purple as well. Once I get to half health. Like, I'm used to just tanking big purples. There's also an inner rotation right there that you can do if you're really, really sweaty. Okay, let's see what the correct... Oh, this is nice. I don't need to mess it up. Then you get the Crystal Worm Mother. It's just such a good boss fight. There's no reliance on debuff spam. Like, these shots, those purple shots are the only debuffs you're gonna get in this entire fight. Now I push to the next phase. I will be Sea Shield eyeing this phase because I'm not good at it. But yeah, you can see visual progress as you progress through the CWM fight. You got a nice micro dodge phase here with the father. Okay, it's at half health now. Now I'll put the crystal shield on. Wait for my mana to recharge. I'm just really not good at this phase, which is why I'm waiting. The eye ring makes that so helpful. Then you can rotate, you can stun it. You're always on your toes in this boss fight, which I love. Like, you can't just stand still. Well, you can sort of stand still. Ooh, child phase is going to be fun. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. One more segment till child. There we go. Now I get the child phase in the middle, which is an active phase. It's not a passive micro dodge one like you get with the father. Like, this one chases you around, you gotta deal with it like it's a train. It's difficult without the shield. And now, this is the rotation part of it. It's so unique, it's so fun, especially on the small platform when you're dodging right in between the Crystal Worm Mother shots too. I mean, I'm stunning now, so I'm cheating. I'll stop stunning. Try to see if I can do it without stunning. Say I'm on a paladin, but if I'm on a paladin, I'd have the slow seal. I should have stunned into this phase. Why does it matter? But yeah, I love the Crystal Worm Mother, and you can see all the progress you've made. There's a counter rotating you've got to do in the Sonic phase. Like that, just trying to stay ahead of it. This is a faster phase where you pick it up a little. You definitely don't want to get lined up by those white shots. I've done that multiple times. It hurts a lot. Alright, thank you to everyone who's still around and still bearing with me. My roommate had a classmate in to help with some work. He just left till... My roommate might be back soon, but I'm not sure if he is. I'll mute up again, but... Yeah, I'm kind of eating my words a little about the Crystal Cavern because there's actually been more variety here than there normally is. But yeah, you see with the bats, they all try and do the exact same thing. Just charge at you and then circle you, pretty much. Trains are cool. Trains are really cool in this dungeon. I really like them. Also, visually, it's not as stimulating as the Fungal. The colors are a lot darker, and the decal looks more like it's rushed in rather than the full thoughtfulness that you had in the Fungal. Like this has the minecarts too, but it seems like they fit less. Especially like these things on the floor. Like, I get what they're trying to go for with the crystal aesthetic, but it just doesn't look as nice as the Fungal does. I know I said I wasn't going to do the boss fight, but I will. I'll just show it. Like here, bats are charging at me, and now they're circling me. Wow, how creative. Any bat does that. Crabs sit still, and then there's the debuffs. Slimes, they slow. I intentionally got hit in the room up there to just show the slowing. I'm at 100%, right? Yeah, I thought so. Just still clearing to actually get some commentary. Quiet sounds. I pretty much ignore those even when I'm bleeding. Up, and then here's the chicken nugget chain. Okay. I'll show boss now. Hello, Bob. Also, TP range, you zoom in, and then you zoom out twice. That's the approximate TP range, so most of this map is in TP range. It's huge. And yes, I know I've gone longer than I normally do, but fungus. Okay, so Crystal. I like the idea of starting with the mini-bosses. Like, it's not like I dislike the idea, I just feel like the fight is much more static than the Crystal Worm Mother. It seems more of a blast and shoot than the dynamic that you have in Crystal Worm Mother. Like this lizard, it's just going to go right side, and now I sit, I shoot it right side. I can go behind it, probably should because I'm a knight. Or, you know, I can just sit in the wall like that. Now it's going to go to the bottom left, up, and now we have a fractal, so now I run away to the other side. I'll meet it up top, I'll sit behind it this time because I'm a knight, so I should. There we go. That's the first boss. It's a star pattern, so boom, 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 boom. Or the Cyclops. I like the red shots, but also it feels kind of messy. I think that's the right word. Like, the shots in this feel kind of messy. It seems a lot cleaner in Crystal Worm Mother, except for the father phase. Also, I will say that I'm not good at Ascension phase soloing. This is a good mini-boss. I like the Scorpion. It does deal a lot of damage, like these shots deal 180 before defense. Rotating, then there's a fractal here. I think the fractals are pretty cool. Sometimes they glitch though. Okay, I'm just gonna blast these because they only deal 100 damage. Another fractal, which means they deal 20 to me because I have 80 defense. There's the real Scorpion. Then another fractal going the other way. This boss is a lot better in small groups, but when you actually get the experience of doing it, same with Crystal Worm Mother actually. Now there's another fractal. Like, most people will never spend this long at this far in the phase because they just run with discords. But this is the best way to learn how to do the dungeon. And now I get Monstrosity, and Monstrosity isn't fun. Another Fractal. Like, the hitboxes on these shots feel kind of messy. Crystal Wormwood just feels clean. Like, this boss room is pretty nice. Although, again, the ground does feel kind of messy. Okay, now we have Monstrosity. It doesn't do all that much, but it is scary. See? It's sticking it on a big jump. It'll shoot out a whip now. Now I move. And it'll shoot out another whip now. Now I move. Now there's another Fractal being ready. Now I'll do another second jump. Nope, I'll kill it. That was the cleanest Monstrosity I've had because it was just a confused jump and then 2 whips. Like, this fight just doesn't hit the same way as Crystal Wormmother. It's more just like, yeah, shoot the things instead of the actual dynamic movement and fight progression you see in Crystal Wormmother. Like, yeah, there's a Fractal up. Like, again, I'm not good at Ascension phase. I'm doing pretty well now, but normally the red shots really hit hard. Another Fractal. Also, the entity isn't shooting, which is probably why I'm doing better. Okay. Ooh, I got a schematic. Now, this is actually where I'm going to be ending the video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, especially because it's longer than what I normally make. And best of luck to all of you. I'll be making another recording when I feel like it. And there's a rock dragon. Of course there's a rock dragon. I'm getting off now anyway.